welcome back to a new Transformers toy review. I'm Autocon, and this is Transformers Age of the Primes Aerialbot Air Raid. Now, I didn't get my hands on all the Aerialbots from Combiner Wars, so I'm really happy that these guys are coming out. I know a lot of people aren't excited for it because it's the whole frame with the Aerialbots and stuff, but I always liked the Aerialbots. And the only Aerialbots I really had completed was the Transformers Energon, and it wasn't even the original, it was the one that was for the Revenge of the Fallen pack. Superion Maximus or something like that. It was a nice color scheme. I had that one. It's a good figure. I know there was an upgrade kit to make it look so badass, but this is my first retro style really good Aerialbot. Now I know there's that Combiner Wars, but now it's so expensive to get it, and might as well just go with this one that's modern and easier to get. So yeah, he does look pretty cool. The detail on it is nice. The painting right here, I do like how each piece is silver painted right here. Autobot logo here. He's not so bulky. The instructions do say to bend this back like that, just kind of like that. But I don't know, I think I like it more like this. It gives me more retro G1 vibes with the whole freaking plane in his back. Kind of like it more like that. So, yeah. His accessories are these two cool shotguns. They look pretty badass. I don't know why. I really like these shotguns. I hope we get pretty cool weapons for these guys. He got two dual shotguns or pistols. I don't know what they are, but they look really sick. So let me take these off and show them. Sadly, it's just a black piece. Just a pure black piece all over. If you want, you can go crazy and paint these silver to add better detail, or something like that. But let's get those out of the way. And then we're getting 2 combiners this year, or 3. We should be getting 3: Devastator, Superion, and Bruticus. So it's gonna be a crazy year for Transformers. But anyways, articulation is pretty good. His arm can go out that much, can go to the front that much, and can almost do 360. But obviously, due to this whole thing, you can kind of bend the wing back, and you can still kind of get some good 360. It's in a weird position, but you can still get it. Swivel on the arm. There's swivel on the arm, and then there's that bend on the arm. That's pretty good. It's not the worst, but it's pretty good, decent. Has a little bit movement on the hands, but that's more to do transformation. And same thing as the other one. You got that weird 360, just like that, and then just kind of like that. Yeah. Now, for the legs, they can go out that much, which is pretty good, and they can go back that much, which is pretty good range. And they can obviously go all the way out, so you can kind of do that. You just gotta kind of, yeah. So that's pretty solid. That's really good articulation. No heavy weight. There's no weight, no nothing. It's not heavy at all, the figure. So you do get really good articulation for this figure. I know a lot of people are not excited for that Superion, but I am, so who knows? A lot of people complain too much, I feel like my personal opinion is that Hasbro makes these to with the intent of catching kids' attention, but they know they're mainly consumers. So it's kind of like Hasbro tries to make it for us and for kids, and if people don't like it because they say that it's too cable or the legs, I've seen pictures of Superior on how the legs are gonna be all bulky on the back and stuff, and if they don't like it, then just go ahead and buy that third party figures that go crazy, and each figure is almost $100 or more depending on which one it is. So it's just, I don't know. I just don't like it when people keep complaining. It's okay, we get it. The same did with the Transformers Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime. They were like, he looks ugly. And I got him, and he looks really good. So he's really nice. So yeah. Anyways, for transformation, it's pretty simple. what you expect from a G1 airplane deluxe class. So we're gonna bring the hands. The hands are just gonna fold in. You can honestly just leave them out. I'll leave one out and then one leave inside. That way you can see what's the difference. Instructions say you can leave these out, and they peg right here. I think the instructions say you can do that. You can have them like this, but I really like having him like that. But probably for more space on shelves, I'll just fold the wings. But anyways, you bring these in. Like I said, I'm gonna leave this one in one so you guys can see the difference. There's not much. You can peg peg together the legs, and then you can fold these down, bring these front like that, and then you can start rotating these pieces, and then rotate these. I wish there was another way to do something about this, but it's fine. It's no big deal. I just hate folding it. But yeah. And then you're gonna separate these pieces. You're gonna bring these down, and then they'll peg, just kind of like Scrapper from Studio Series. And then bring the other one, hold this back inside, and then we're gonna bring this whole section, lift it up, just kind of like that. Oh, they unpegged. Great. So you just kind of gotta like lift it and then just peg them back. And then these are like on a not double hinge, but it's like one hinge here, one hinge on the top. And you just kind of bring them to the front, just like that. And then just kind of bring the wings down so they can make some clearance a little bit here and there. And you're just going to peg that in there, just like that. And then these are going to peg right here to the front, right here. These tabs go in there, just like that. Make sure they click in. And then the head, turn it around, just like that. Bring this whole section out, and then they'll just clip in right here, just like that. And you can, there's like, let me see if I can get it out. There we go. There's some landing gear. It's kind of funny, but I mean, it's part of the whole transformation. So there's landing gear there, so it's not too bad. But there we go. Make sure everything is good. So there we go. There's that plane mode, and that plane mode looks really nice. I really like it. Obviously, what you expect. I think the Combiner Wars had the same thing. You turn it around, you see the whole robot, which is fine. But you can tell how, like, even if it looks like that with the arm out, it's fine. If you want to go kind of retro with the arm right there, you can have it right there. So either way, it looks nice. Let me bring it inside just so it can kind of look equal, just how it's supposed to be. Make sure that tabs in there. And then compared to Combiner Wars, I remember one of them, the whole arm just kind of goes inside the whole right here on the body. Compare here, you get a tab here, and then you get a tab here on the wing. So it's pretty nice and decent. And then you get some weird kind of, I don't care. It doesn't really make a difference, I think. Oh yeah, it does actually. Kinda, not really. But this is a really nice plane. And obviously you can get the weapons. You can put them here. Or you can put them here. For my copy right here, it's really wobbly. Like, they fall off easily. Compare here. They really stay better. So, that's pretty solid. And then obviously for Superion, I believe air raid was the leg. So transformation for leg mode should be really simple. You just gotta bring this back just like that, and then just kind of bring this whole section like that, like that, and then obviously just bring this down. Now I'm sure that's how the leg mode will be, and then you just probably, since like Metasaur, you just kind of plug it in their leg like that, and then that's how he's gonna be, you know. But other than that, this is a really solid figure. Oh, I forgot to show. There's some thruster right here, detail on it. I thought it was pretty nice, considering how, like, you know, the plane mode is like right here and stuff like that. So let me bring this out. I should have shown that. I forgot about that. Let me bring the head out. Maybe that's why it wasn't letting me bring this whole piece up. There we go. There's thrust in the pieces, which is pretty cool. I think it's really nice that they brought that detail into it. I thought that was really sick. You know, you got some thrusters in there. Usually planes don't have those on figures. But they brought it in there, so it's pretty cool. And then when you transform it, obviously it disappears, but it's like inside of there, like right there, around there, right there. So I thought that was really interesting, you know? Maybe not to a lot of other people, but I did. So yeah. Ah! I just pinched my finger. And then just kind of bring this in. Then just rotate the head. Solid figure. I really like it. I do recommend it. I know people were finding them at Walmart, so you can get lucky. I got mine from Amazon. I was going to get mine from GameStop, but Amazon gave it to me earlier. So, solid figure. Size comparison. So far, combiner. This is a Voyager. This is why I feel like also people are complaining. This is a Voyager scale, and this is a deluxe scale, so I can kind of see why they complain. But they're also pretty good, decent size. And this is a new leader class, Megatronus. Obviously he's bigger and stuff like that, so yeah. But yeah, great figure, highly recommend it. Can't wait for Superion. I'm excited for more combiners. I do hope that Blaster from Bruticus is not one of these molds. He's like an actual spaceship, different mold or whatever. I just hope they don't do the same thing they did with Combiner Wars with Bruticus Blastoff, and then the Aerialbots. They're basically the same mold, just brown. So I do hope that doesn't happen. So yeah. So don't pay overpriced for this figure. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.